Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. I thought I would do something different for Titan. I'm gonna do like beginner, essentially beginner Titan, or if you don't have a huge account, some stuff you can do that'll help you with Titan, right? So first off, I actually see sometimes in my comments recently, how do I even get to Titan? You just go to the career mode, and then you'll see Titan Takeover right at the top. You hit go. I've used one energy today. Um, so I've already used one. And the next question I get often is what fights do I need to do? What fights should I do? You can change your tier right here. As far as what fights you should do, if you look at the rewards, if you deal these different amounts of damage, which is almost nothing, you get different chests. This is just currency, right? For the shop. And the shop is right here. Okay. And the currency is important-ish, right? But you can see I have 189k currency on the free-to-play here. Quite a bit. What's more important is that once you get to tier 3, you start getting hype currency. You also get this stuff, but you get hype currency. You need to do 20 million, which is really easy to do on tier 3, and you get 1500 hype currency every day. You also get some coin as well. Very, very important. The KO rewards aren't really a big deal. You get 3000 currency on tier 3. In fact, right now the KO rewards are awful. I don't even worry about them, right? Because they're awful. 2300 on 2, right? And that currency, I mean, that's like a drop in the bucket. They didn't think that through. I expect the KO bonuses to change, to be honest. And on 1, it's 1500. So like 1s and 2s, absolutely not worth your time. Tier 4, if you can get, I did one attack. I got, you can see 832 million. So 2000 hype currency, right? And if you get the max chest, you get 3000 hype currency. So if you can get the max chest on 3 and 4 each day, that's 4500 hype currency. If your faction unlocks tier 5 and you can get the max chest, that's another 5000 hype currency. So you can in total get 9500 hype currency a day, which is very nearly a 10 pull of hype daily. And even if you don't, you can basically almost every 2 days get a 10 pull just by getting the max chest on 3 and 4. So really that should be everyone's focus, is trying to do that on 3 and 4. And for factions, you really want to try and get this 4 down and open up 5. It helps your teammates out a bunch in general, and everyone out a bunch, right? So that's kind of your goal, if you want to think about it that way, because you want hype currency, and then the coins for the prize wall thingy are going to take care of themselves just by doing 3 and 4. So that's the initial tip, right? I can get tier 3 done, like I said, 20 million damage with anyone pretty much on my roster. Tier 4 is a hype requirement of 1, so when we go in here, you can see I've used Cena, because he's grayed out. That's what I did first. He's my best character for Titan. He did most of the damage you saw, right? And then I used Gunther in my second slot, right? So what I'm going to show you here, you see Sheamus here is only 4-star bronze. And you're like, Mherex, what are you doing with Sheamus? He's going to die right away. Actually, he won't. Because we're using Cena here to add 25 million more health. And Cena is an MVP trainer for me on my account because I have very few golds. So I have almost no one that can survive for all 3 rounds. Now there are a few exceptions, which we're going to see with Zombie Brett in the second slot because he's only silver, right? And I will show you why he's going to survive when he gets in there. We're running him triple yellow. I got to put his trainers on. Just to make sure he's all loaded. We're gonna just do the stuff with the things and do the thing. All right, so I'll talk about the setups and trainers more later as we go in. This isn't really about doing a bunch of damage, guys. This is about trying to show you how you can piecemeal and try and make it work in the struggle, and things you can do to help make it better when you have limited options. for Titan. And like I'm gonna have limited hype options just like you guys on the free to play. When I play Mherex, you're seeing like more top end, you know, tons of options thing. And I don't know that that helps a huge portion of the community. Maybe it does like concept wise or things like that, but I think this will help a lot of you guys who maybe those videos weren't oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Resonating with, right? So we're gonna go in here with my baby Seamus, but you can see he's got 25 million health, right? So yeah, he's pretty good. And we're just gonna hit the finisher because it does. It's my best damage. It does 800,000 and then 1.3 million for each turn up to 5 turns, right? So we're just gonna hit the finisher and do like 2 million damage, which is not a ton. And then we're just gonna reload it with the choose purple. That's all we care about, is reloading the finisher and hitting it again. Because he's low level. Gems aren't gonna do jack diddly poo. So here we're gonna do 700,000, and then we should do like, yeah, we did 4.5 million on top of it, right? So this is why this hype mechanic is useful. Not hype, I'm sorry. This new mechanic is useful. Let's clear this. I don't know if that will be enough. 1, 2, 4. That should be enough. All right. Is useful on weaker accounts like mine, right? Because you don't have a lot of big hitters, so this just adds up a lot faster. You know, 7.5 million. We're actually getting damage when we could, and we live through the first hit, and it's gonna be really close. If we live through the second hit, we may not, but we're gonna get more action out of it than we would have otherwise. We really kind of need to live through it, or zombie Brett will be wasted. And if that's the case, I will definitely reset the run. And not use zombie Brett in this instance, right? This is more just to show you the trainer that can get you through much more, right? Because this is only a 4-star bronze, so he has no health to begin with. And we just need a little bit more. It's gonna be super close. You can see here the damage is going up to 5, and now, yeah, we're kind of capped out, like 7.5 mil there. Gonna be really close. No! We had survived. It was that last hit. We need just a tiny more health. So I'm just going to go ahead and reset it. If it doesn't work out, you can do that. So he can't quite survive on 4. I'll just use him on 3. But his main thing was to show you Cena. Or, yeah, Cena's training ability. So if I had a Hall of Famer, it wouldn't really work on him because he's low level. But if you have like a bronze with some health, you could also add a Hall of Famer to it, right? To get him to survive. So it was super close, by the way. So let's go back here to 4 and see what other tier 1s I have, or hype ones, right? He can certainly live. Not gonna hit real hard though. So that's the other thing when they're not gonna hit really hard. You want to get all the damage you can, but like for me, it's not worth it to move a strap around for him for the resources it's going to cost. It's just not, because he's 6-star bronze. He's not going to hit hard at all. Where Zombie Brett can at least do a little bit. And it's kind of basically a waste of time, but we need to keep him alive so Brett can get his full 3 turns in. And he obviously wouldn't live unless we got a Hall of Famer. So we can also do Cena, right? Now, You also have options too. If you don't have Cena, you can use like Cody Rhodes has 30 up to 30% more health, and your Hall of Famers. So you know if you don't have Cena and you have like a 6-star silver, you can use a couple Hall of Famers and Cody Rhodes and get them to live too, right? Because the Hall of Famers have the right there the health it's not showing 20% more health right there, things like that. 30% more health if they're higher. So you can do that kind of stuff, right? As far as Dingleberry here, he has a hardcore move with the purples. So we can do the purple sub to put multiplies out, and then or we could do this actually. 2 gems, 2 turn. Yeah, we'll do the Juggernaut move. Probably. Is there a destroy? And this, I guess, is what we'll use for him because I can only do so much, you know? And then we need something. Let's use the hardcore move too. Like that. And we need blues, so not you, Lexi. Charge. So you're just really trying to come up with the best you can in the moment, you know? Right? Like, so yeah. We're gonna go blue here, and then let's just get 7 charged. We'll get both of those loaded. Anyway, you'll see once we're in here. We can just use anyone with 2 blue. And for this one, my only real multiply person will get 1 more strength. We'll use Mherex to get 1 more strength on the multiplies. He's not gonna do a ton. Because like I said, I don't even have a strap move, but let's get something out of it, right? So I can't really afford to move straps yet. Someday, right? So we're loaded with everything. Now the way Juggernauts work is they tick down as soon as you put them out. So we're gonna put them out. They're gonna tick down and give us multiplies, which is great. And we're just gonna go ahead and destroy them out of sync here. Just because it's gonna be easier. Because we'll get all the moves loaded, right? Those get buffed a little bit. Now we have 3 turns left, so now we're gonna put this out. The jug's out. We're gonna go off. Okay, we got a bunch of multiply gems. Now we can do this. Increase the strength of them. Then our Juggernaut is also gonna tick and increase the strength after we do this move, and then we'll hit the finisher. I want to get rid of all the loot box gems, right? If possible. And we'll just tag some multiply gems here at 13 times. Boom. Now they go up again, and now we're going to hit the finisher. So with a strap and like potentially like a Tiffy time plate, you could probably do a decent hit with Logan this way. Right? So if you got Logan, if you got a strap, Tiffy time plate, you know, like I have a strap on Tiffany, if I just switch Tiffany's plate over, if he was gold, he would probably get a decent hit, to be perfectly honest with you guys. When we put these down, we definitely want to cover loot box gems, right? Because we don't want multiplies on loot boxes. They're not good. Okay. Now we're going to pop this guy again. Boom. We're certainly gonna cover some looty boxes. We don't like loot boxes here. Let's get rid of that protect gem. Okay. Now we could hit the finisher right now, or how many does this make? It makes 30 gems. Okay, so they'll overwrite. So we don't want to put this down because it'll chuck 30 gems out and overwrite. What we can do, let's just hit the finisher. We're doing some damage. Like I said, if there's a strap on here, we would be much better off. Anyway, so here we're just going to go ahead and pop these two down. Actually, yeah, it's about his turn. I don't trust it. We're going to cover up the pyros. All right. Boom. It's about to be his turn, but that's okay. We're just going to keep going with our cycle here. 2, 3, 3. Just do this. Now it's going to be his turn. We have enough life to just live because of Cena. Right? So we're still alive, which is great. Much better than the alternative. We don't want to put this out because it'll destroy 30 gems, or put 30 gems out and we'll overwrite. So we're just going to hit the finisher and keep cycling. So this should give you guys a decent idea. Just stuff you can do when you don't have a lot. Stay alive, get some damage out. And Brett, we don't have the extra health on, and he would normally not live, but we're using his leech gem set so he can live. So it's when you don't have a big roster, you have to make up for it with brains, right? Like, it's so much harder. It's basically also more rewarding too at the same time, right? You have to work for everything instead of just easy mode it. Like, yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I get off on a tangent there. And this is his last attack, so we're just going to hit the finisher and get the remainder of the gems, right? Alright, so he probably didn't do a lot of damage. He definitely could have done more, no question, with the strap and stuff. And, you know, long term, I may end up just doing that and moving Tiffany's strap over. That's probably what I will do. Logan is actually pretty decent for this mode between the sub and the buff move. Like, I could, if I have, I don't know if I have hype on Mherex, but I could probably work with something and set something up with, like, somebody that has an in-between what Mherex has and what this account has kind of thing, right? Anyway. So Brett, like I said, pretty straightforward. I think I forgot to put NWO Hogan on, so he may not recycle perfectly all the time, and I may have to use the sub. Should have used NWO Hogan. Looks like we recharged there anyway. But right now he hasn't taken any damage. You can see he only has 26 million health though. So you're going to see how much damage the boss does to us in just a second here. I'm going to go ahead and risk the leeches, just to have them out because we have the sub to reload. A bunch are going to get overwritten. That's fine. So you can see it took off more than half our life in one attack, so there's no way he'd live 3 turns, right? We can't, I don't have an affiliation, so I can't use Cena on both characters, which you could do, so I have to be smarter about it and use somebody that can heal, like Brett. So now he can survive, right? And we really want to get rid of the protect gems because Brett doesn't do a ton of damage. We're just trying to get the little bit extra we can, trying to get a higher level chest. I mean, I have yet to get the platinum. Yesterday I missed by like less than 100 million on this tier, on tier 4. But I hope you guys find this video helpful, and you know, the people that maybe have felt like they've been ignored in Titan. And if you want to see more of these, like, I could kind of do a video each day. I can show you like Cena tomorrow in the second slot, like how he does for me, right? And just kind of show you who I'm using in the first slot, how I'm trying to stay alive with them for the 3 turns so Cena can get his full 3 in. Stuff like that. I'd be more than happy to do for a little while if you guys find this helpful. We'll see how many people even watch this or are interested in it. I never know sometimes till I make a video if it's interesting or not for people or useful. But you can see Brett just keeps healing himself back up. So even this worked at bronze before he was silver for me, by the way. You can do this with a 6-star bronze zombie Brett. He's certainly not the only one with leech gems that hits decent, that you can keep yourself alive, right? The Cena I'm using does the same thing. He doesn't need to be gold because he heals himself back up. So anyone with big leeches can do this in your second slot, and you can get more attacks in and at least get some damage, right? Even if it's not a ton, at least you're getting some. And I believe this is his last turn, so we'll just go ahead and hit the finisher. And then we can see what sort of damage we did. It's not going to be insane, right? It's something, though. We're just, you know, we're all just trying to do the best we can on this mode. And so we did get 26 million out of Logan. We got 126 million out of Brett for 152 million total. So you can see Cena, my previous high score, 832 million. So we've done 985 total. We're up to the gold chest, so we've gotten better as we hit another chest milestone. But we do not have that platinum one, which gives us an extra 1,000 hype currency. So I need to do approximately 400 million more with this account, and I'm not sure, to be honest, that I can find 400 million more because I'm not sure if any of these guys will live, right, that I have hyped to get a second turn in, which I won't do in this video, right? But my next person I would use would be Boss Man. He can get maybe like 100 million, maybe, if things go right. He doesn't always recycle at bronze because he only does 9 MP into red, so I can't even get 3 full cycles with him. But so most likely what I'm just going to do is go with Dom, let Dom die on turn 1 and only get 2 cycles with Boss Man. So it just won't end up being enough damage, and I'll just miss the platinum chest again because I don't have characters that can live, right? But I'll keep trying. So I'll do 2 more runs on platinum. We'll do Dom and Goldberg, and then on 4, trying to get to the platinum, which is going to be super close, and I'll probably just miss. And then I'll go down to tier 3 and do 1 match because I only need to get 20 million. And anybody basically on my roster can do 20 million in the second slot, right? There's a ton of different people I can. In the first slot, it's any acro. So like I can just use whoever, and 20 million is pretty easy to get. Like Steamboat probably won't quite make it. And how I have these guys probably won't. But I'll probably just run Steamboat to load whoever's second, get a little damage, and then like use Mellow in one, couple hits will hit 20, or JD or Bubba, right? That's likely what I'll do. Probably JD, although I'll use JD maybe. I'll probably save Goldberg. I'll use like JD and Bubba because they're hype too. They have a better chance of surviving on 4, and then I'll just use Goldberg or Mellow in the second slot to get that 20 million on 3. So this has been a longer video, guys, but I hope it helps. Just because it takes a while on the free to play, right? Like everything is harder. And yeah, I don't know. If you have questions, just ask. I'm happy to try and answer them for you. If you want to see certain stuff in a video on the free to play or Mherex, I can try and do it. Like Titan does let you reset, force close, keep your energy. So you know, I don't need to use all of my big attacks with my big people. Granted, I can't do 4s unless they're hype 1. So there is that. So I can't just use and test anybody on Titan for you, right? Um, but Logan could be interesting. I don't know if I have hype for him on Mherex or not. And I'm not going to use wildcard on hype on people that I don't have hype for. Though that's reserved for my best characters, right? So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully this helps. I'll probably do like a series of like Titan 101 where I cover like really basic stuff just in a video, and then more medium stuff, and then more advanced stuff, and maybe that'll help, guys. And you can send it to faction mates that don't understand, like shorter, more condensed versions without as much gameplay, right? Just showing things. And maybe you can get your faction mates that don't seem to care about Titan into it a little more, or people that just don't understand it. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. And that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Hopefully this helps, guys.